This is my life. This is my passion. This is Ike's Outdoors.
Hey guys, Ike here from IkesOutdoors.com. Today I'm here to discuss with you a new product called the Firebox. This is, I don't know how long they've been around, but this is a new product that I found that sparked some interest for me. The Firebox is a portable firebox, portable stove, I guess is what you want to call it. You can see here it comes with a nice cloth bag, and it comes folded down just like this. When you store it, it's nice and compact, lightweight, weighs about 2 pounds, and it folds all down and it stays folded pretty good. Right as it is right now, you're not going to be able to open it up. So on the back side, you've got 2 metal slides, and then you've got your ash pan. All you gotta do is lift that up and it'll pop your ash pan right off. Then when you get this thing opened up, it folds out just like that, and inside, I got this thing completely upside down, there's a grate that goes in the bottom. You just knock that thing, push that right down in there, and you got a solid platform. Slide your ash pan in there just like that, and now it has a foldable, adjustable flap there that you can fold down, and you can put these skewers on top if you need them on top to hold a drink or hold a pot or whatever. You can also slide these through right here on the side, and you can use this. You can use those just like that to put a pot or whatever it is that you want to use. You want to boil some water or something like that. This is a good solid steel construction. You can see it's got bluing on the side from where I've already used it. Take that ash pan. The ash pan fits in there pretty good. Take that out. It's nice. It's lightweight. Folds up really flat. Doesn't take up much room in your pack. And for a hunting scenario, you know, I like this thing. For a couple of different reasons. I like it for a deer camp type of situation. You know, when you're in deer camp, you can make you a nice little fire in here. We're going to show you how to build a fire in it and show you how well it works with the fire. But you can build a nice little fire in here and get your coals going, and you can dump your the coals out of this into a bigger fire. Or if you want to keep a nice low profile fire, I know some of the places we've went on deer camp it's been really dry, and there's been high winds, and if you want to keep a contained fire, this is a really good way to keep a nice contained fire. It's a nice way to keep a small fire too, and then when it burns down, you got a nice bed of coals that's right in here contained, and it's pretty easy to deal with, rather than having a big spread out fire, coals everywhere, you know, that are going to blow sparks and stuff like that in a dry scenario. The other thing I like about it is I was talking to a friend of mine out west actually about this product, and he was I mentioned the use for it as in a hunting scenario, and he said, you know, that it'd be great. What he does is they go out west and mule deer hunt, and when they go out there and mule deer hunt, they basically go in one truck, and they just get dropped off as they go, and they're there from sun up to sundown. And a nice little stove like this would be very convenient to put in your pack and carry with you, and then when you get for midday, you can start this fire in here. It's a nice controlled blaze, nice controlled little fire. He can cook on top of it, put his lunch in there, you know, and heat up his lunch or whatever. And it's also good for a survival situation out west. If you get into a position where you're lost out there or something like that, you've got a nice cooking utensil or a nice fire building utensil that you can use that folds right down and is lightweight. So it has a lot of good. It's also good for warming. He mentioned that as well. That you know, there's a lot of cold hunts, and you got a lot of time in between animals when you're up spotting. You know, he mentioned the fact that he may start a fire there, and it would be a really good situation for him to have something like this to start that fire. So I'm going to take it out here now on the concrete and start a little fire in it. We'll talk more about it there. Okay, so I got the makings for a fire here, and what I'm going to be using to start this is just this fuel cell. Get that going and drop it right down there in the bottom. And then I'm going to use a little bit of paper, just a couple wads down in there like that, and start with some smaller twigs and branches and try to get them going. That's what I like about this. My fire's down there and I can put things in vertically on top of it like a teepee shape and have this here to hold it, so it makes it a little bit easier to build my fire because it's got some shape to it, something that'll actually hold it up. All these small pieces like this too, it contains them. Gives me something nice to just drop those right in there. And you can see it ain't taking nothing to get this fire going. Just that fuel cell and that one piece of paper, and we've got a nice little fire going here. Let all that get caught and get going. And a nice thing too with the access to the sides, if I need to blow on it, you know, I can get down and blow on it pretty easy. And kind of stoke that fire a little bit. The air's allowed to come into it pretty good. You can see, I mean, no problems at all starting a fire with it. Got the pan here on the bottom to collect ash as it falls, so I don't have to worry about it getting down in there and causing a fire or spreading the fire out any. Pretty easy to get going. Nice little fire, and if I want to put something on top of there, I can put these across there to hold it up off of the flames or coals. And I can also put these in the diamonds here on the side later on and cook right on top of a nice little bed of coals. So we're going to get this fire going here and try a few things out. See, we've got a nice little fire going here now, and you can see, you know, I got this thing pretty full, and I got some bigger chunks of wood in there. It's going to hold as this burns down and gets into a little bit more coals. You know, I can fit even chunks that big. I can slide them right down in there as well. More kindling. That's the nice thing about this. These small stuff just drops right in there, you know, without it scattering out. I got a nice contained fire. It's all in one little place. I'm already getting a nice little bed of coals down in there, and I prefer to do my cooking over a bed of coals with just a small amount of flame, just like you would in your barbecue grill. You know, when you're using coals, you don't cook when it's up like this. You're going to use them, do your cooking when you got a nice little bed of coals in there. So I can get a nice little bed of coals in there, and then I can take these deals here. I can slide them in the side, and I can make a little rack. I can put a squirrel on top of there. I can put a rabbit on top of there. I can put venison on top of there when I'm going. They got a bunch of different little adapters for this that you can slide on top and do some cooking on those. You can build a nice little skewer. You know, a couple stakes down on the side. Build you a little skewer that comes across here, and you got a good amount of heat on there as well. The nice thing I like about it is the portability, and also, man, it was easy to get a fire going. I've got those fuel cells in all my bags, and if you don't use a fuel cell, you can also take a cotton ball and just pack that cotton ball with Vaseline, and it'll do pretty similar to what that fuel cell did. Actually, maybe even a little bit better than that. And you know, you can put that down in there, get you some small twigs and stuff like that, get that going, and just drop your stuff right down in there, and it's going to get a nice little fire. I've built 2 fires in this thing now, and been very easy to build the fires both times. You can see there's just a little bit of wind here today swirling, and I've got no ash outside. I got one little piece that fell off, and that's about it. And the rest of my ash is right down here in my fire pan, or in my ash pan where it's supposed to be. So even though the wind's blowing a little bit, I've got a nice contained fire, nice for heat. You know, I don't want a huge fire going for heat, I mean, it's nice, but I like a smaller fire better than a huge one, you know. A huge one lets people know where you're at, and a small one's going to be a little bit harder to detect. So, nice little contained fire here, and I really like this product. The versatility of it, and being able to build a fire quickly as well, and being able to carry it with you in a nice lightweight fire, or a nice lightweight bundle. Okay, you can see I've let the fire die down a little bit, took the big log out of there, and I put those two, I don't know what they're called, those metal rods, I call them skewers, across there, and I've got a just an old coffee can that I grabbed, and I'm boiling some water in it. So it's pretty easy to make it into a platform to either cook on, or a platform to either boil some water. So pretty easy to do that. So I'm going to take this off here before it gets too hot. And the next thing I've just got a cast iron skillet, and if I want to do some cooking on that, now this is not clean, it's just come out of the shop. I just grabbed it to show you. But you can see there I can throw a cast iron skillet right on top of it as well, and be able to do some cooking with a cast iron skillet on there. Okay, another thing I think that would be a useful way to use this stove is you can hook it right here on the sides. You can pick it up, and now I'm using this barbecue grill, but you can use it to transport this into a bigger fire. So I could put it on a fire campsite. You know, we got a fire site ready. We can dump that right down in there. Your ash pan out of there, and transfer that right over to a nice bed of coals, and get us a bigger fire going from there. As you can see, I was able to transfer my bed of coals over. I throw a little bit of kindling in there, but it took quick. I had a nice bed of coals that had some good heat into them, and even with that small bed of coals, it had a nice little, since it had the good heat built up into them, I was able to transfer this right over and start a nice big fire quickly. I mean, it didn't take no time at all for this wood to catch, and I've transferred my smaller fire into a bigger fire pit, and I've got a nice big fire going now. Alright, so this is the Firebox, and you can see the versatility of it. You know, it's nice and portable. It's still pretty hot. I transferred it over here with some gloves on, so I'm not going to fold it down. But the uses for this are endless for me, or to me as an outdoorsman, because of all the things you can do with it. You know, you can use this. I see an application for this as a hunter, especially if you're hunting out west, to carry in your pack. You know, build you a warming fire, build you a cooking fire. Very easy to do. I see the application for this as a survivalist, because I can put it in my bug out bag, I can put it in my survival pack, and also I can put it in my hunting pack along with my other fire starting gear. And you can see how easy it was to start a fire. So if I'm out in a situation, you know, where I'm hunting and I get lost and I'm gonna end up spending the night, pretty quick way to build a fire with just a few resources. You know, I carry one of them fuel cells with me, and some waterproof matches in all my packs. So I've got a nice easy way to build a nice small fire there. It's also a good, what I would call a chimney. You know, you can see I can get a nice bed of coals going in there, and transfer this over to another fire site or the barbecue grill like I had going out there, and it makes a nice bed of coals that you can just dump right in and start a fire. It was really easy. I dumped that bed of coals down in there, especially that big main log that was in here smoldering, and I added a few small twigs and a piece of paper, and it went right up with that other dry wood. So I see a lot of versatility in this product, and that's what I like. I like a product that's simple and that works, and this is a simple product that works very well. Portability of it's great. The weight, only 2 pounds, is nice, and the applications for this, as far as fire building, to me are endless. There's a ton of different ways to be able to use this, and I really think it will transfer over nicely into a hunting situation. Even if you just use it for deer camp, you know, it's a really nice fire starter, and it's a really nice little firebox for deer camp, you know, especially if you don't want to have, like us, we hunt on public land, and fires are really, really strict on when they'll let you build a fire and what type of fire you can build. So it's a really nice way to build a nice small heating fire, just to keep you warm, and just to get a nice fire going. Fire in a survival situation, and even in a hunting situation when it's cold outside, man, that fire, man, there's something motivating and something uplifting about being able to get a fire going and being able to huddle around a fire. It's survival. Fire is survival if you're lost, and this is a really good way to get a fire going and to be able to cook on it as well. So this is the Firebox. Pretty impressed with it. Pretty impressed with the quality and the portability and the versatility. And like I said, I love a product that's simple and works, and this one is simple and it works very well. So you can check this out at the website. We'll put that right here on the bottom of the screen for you. And they have a lot of other adapters too for cooking that go over the top. But this plain version here, you can see I could boil water on it, I could cook on it, I could put a cast iron skillet right on top of it. So this plain version works out pretty well. They do have some nice adapters and different things that go with it. So you can check this out at the website, which again we'll put right here at the bottom of the screen. For more product reviews, how-to information, you can check out our website. That's ikesoutdoors.com. You can also check us out on Facebook under Ike's Outdoors. Appreciate you guys watching.